3. If you don't have it, you can grab that. There you go. Okay, you want to get that?
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
it going?
Yeah.
It's on?
Yeah.
Recording? Good, great. I'm recording this because they're going to have this course again in the spring. So for the person who teaches in the spring, it'll help that person get an idea of what this introduction is. So they give the introduction and have some guidelines. Okay, so these guys are PAs. I'm the course director, and my name's pronounced Deutsch, and their names are easy to pronounce. Do you bring a book with you?
No.
Oh, grab that page.
It's distinctly German.
Right. And I have office hours Monday 12 to 2 in the Life Science Building. And I gave an assignment already, and I put it on Blackboard, but some people were just getting the course. Read page 1 through 8, that's all the administrative things. That's what I'm going to talk about now, the administrative things. And then there are no experiments next week. The first experiments, if you look at this schedule, will be for you, will be 9:15, I think, is right? It's 9:15, it'll be a Thursday, week after next. And that'll be your first experiment. And so read for that week. Read pages 9 through 30. 9 through 30 is the first. Actually, it's the first module. The first module has 3 weeks. Okay, so read pages 9 through 30, and it'll be the first 3 weeks. Do you have a textbook with you?
Textbook? No.
Okay, good. It's a good thing to start late, right? The first week.
Just sit anywhere?
Get traffic and parking. You guys in the back, do me a favor. If you come around the side a little bit, so I don't have to yell so much, you can stand along the side there. Because it's noisy, there's hoods over there. Just crowd up here a little bit. Thank you. Sorry to make you move. We're standing in the middle of the back of the aisle here. Good. So here, baby. All right. And if you look at the syllabus, you'll see it's the weeks 3, 4, and 5 is the first module, and there's 3 sets of experiments. There's 3 experiments, and you'll see the first this first module. You get groups of 2. You have partners. So what'll happen when we break up? Megan, you'll take section 8 down to their room. You have your key with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. To take that section down there, and you'll do is both of you just take attendance and assign partners. That's all you really have to do this week. You don't have to do much else. And then maybe some people, we may have someone adding. They'll come and your list might change a little bit, and I'll give you a new one when we meet next time. But your list may change. But do the best you can. Assign partners. Anybody have brothers and sisters here? Relatives? No. So you can assign partners alphabetically. Some years I had brothers or sisters ended up working together. Probably made them mad by the end of the year to kill each other. All right. So. And if you look at this, syllabus, you'll see also that there's days when the lab reports are due, and they're generally due 1 week after the last experiment in the module. So the first lab report's going to be due for you on October 6th, and that'll be the same week that you start a new experiment, a catalase experiment. The first group of experiments are going to do cell constituents. The second groups are enzyme kinetics. The third groups you do protein purification, actually stuff that we developed in our laboratory. And the fourth module, you're going to do mitochondrial DNA. You're going to take swabs. You're going to send off your DNA to get sequenced, and then you'll do analysis of evolutionary type stuff, analyze your sequences. Now, as far as quizzes go, look at the syllabus again. There's I only have 1 quiz with 1 day. That's quiz 4. And that quiz is the very last week of your experiments. Your experiments end the week before Thanksgiving. So you're done by Thanksgiving, your experiments. And that last week, you'll have 1 quiz on the last module of mitochondrial DNA. And that last week, actually, is not a wet lab week. That lab is going to be more of it'll be more like a dry lab with the computer stuff. And you'll have a quiz, and you'll be answering questions and doing your homework. Not homework, but you'll be doing you'll be answering some of the questions we asked that you do for the write-up of the experiment. Now the other 3 quizzes, and then when you get back after Thanksgiving, you'll hand in lab 4, and then your laboratory reports will be returned next week. Usually, we'll have the teaching assistants, they have busy lives, but they'll try to do the experiments and give them back 1 week after you hand them in, if they can. Usually they can. And also, hand in lab reports right when they're due. We take off so many points when they're late, it's not worth handing them late. I think we take off 25 points for each day. And for the teaching assistants, when you hand in lab reports, give them a paper copy, and then simultaneously hand in a copy on what do you call it?
Safe aside?
Safe aside. Hand a copy on a safe aside. The written reports, of course, are used for the grading of your laboratory. Safe aside mainly we use, so in case we have to have a copy of your laboratory for some reason. Also, you know, safe aside does what it does. Anybody?
Check for plagiarism.
Yeah, it checks for plagiarism. So, and it's pretty good these days. So even if you go 5 or 10 years back and you copy someone's graph, table, or use the same exact headings, or use the same write-up, it'll pick it out. And then, and actually the last few years have been very good. About 4 or 5 years ago, we had about 20%, 20 or 30, 20 students had to go to the judiciary for copying. They copied from the year before, or from different sections, or within the section, and so it was a real mess. And so complete your own work. You'll have partners in some experiments, for most of them, except the last one. So you'll have the exact same data your partner has, the exact same numbers. That of course will be the same. But when you write up your report, you'll have to do your own calculations, and you'll do your own analysis of the data. You put the results down, you make your own graphs, your own tables, and you'll write up a discussion that's your own. For the laboratory, we really don't want you. I'm going to put a model report up. I'll put it on Blackboard, a model report next week, and you'll see in the model report, hopefully, that model report's a composite of about 3 different experiments from people over the years. But we don't, and I hope they didn't do it too much in that report, we don't want background. We don't need history, you don't need things from the textbooks. That's all we're interested in this laboratory is your results, your calculations, your data, your discussion. That's the main thing. So no big history, no big background about the experiment. Maybe 1 or 2 sentences in your discussion when you have to discuss something relative to the experiment. Let's see, I want to say about that too. Yeah, so the report, in the manual, it tells you on page 5 that there's a summary page, which is worth 25 points. That you just take 1 page and you really summarize everything real tersely, succinctly. And then the results are worth about 60 points, and the discussion's worth mainly 90 points. That's the most. Each experiment, if you look on page 4, it tells you that your total percentage of points from experiments are 70% of the course from experiments. 100 points or 10% of the course will come from lab performance. Lab performance will be something that Megan and Alexandra will determine, and they'll base it upon how well you prepared beforehand when you come in. If you have a good laboratory notebook, your notebook does not have to be, you don't have to buy a new notebook. Just any bound notebook. If you have an old one from organic chemistry or from biology, I don't care, whatever it is. As long as it's bound, just use that for your notebook. Keep your notes in there. And they may go, at some point, they may look at your notes to make sure your data corresponds to, your write-up corresponds to your data, not for somewhere else. Also, you'll be judged if you perform the experiments in a competent manner, and you know, if you're prepared when you come in, and if you do your share of the experiments, sometimes there's partners, so you'll also be watching your share of experiments. That'll be performance grade, that's 10%. And quizzes are worth 20% of your grade. Each quiz is 50 points. Usually we have 4 quizzes. I only put 1 quiz down here last week, and the teaching assistants will determine when the other quizzes are, but they have to give for each module at least 1, so you have to give 3 quizzes total. And usually the quizzes are only 4 or 5 questions, take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes the most for the quizzes. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Okay, as far as excuses goes, for the laboratory. If you're sick, you know, you're really sick and you have an excuse for being sick, and, or if you have to go for an interview, I know a lot of people go for interviews these days, or you know, you have some tragedy in your family, those are valid excuses to miss the laboratory. If that happens, talk to your TA. If you're gonna be, if for some reason you're gone all week, you really can't make it up the next week. There's no makeup. But if you're only gone one day, you can possibly go in another section during the week, and you can try to get them into another section during the week if they can't come today. But for you guys, it would have to be Tuesday, morning or afternoon, or Wednesday, if something happens and you know you're going away for your next plans. Otherwise, if you miss the laboratory report, whatever percentage of the experiment that day is, you take off that many points. There's no excuse. I mean, because it's a wet course, hands-on course, you really can't get the lecture, you can't make up for it any other way but doing it. Okay, for safety, I won't do too much on safety. The TAs will talk to you about safety every week when you do the experiments, and we'll tell you where to put the different chemicals, the biologicals. The first 3 weeks you're going to be using acids, bases, organic solvents. Some of them are flammable. You take, for instance, ether, and you put it over here, and there's a Bunsen burner over there. You'll have a big fire, burn your face up. And a friend of mine, it happened to many years ago in college. Ether's heavy, so it snuck right across the table. Poof, 10 feet away, it lit it. So any organic solvents, flammable ones, you'll be using the hoods back there. You'll be wearing glasses for something, especially when we're using these chemicals the first few weeks. So have glasses, or if you don't have glasses, we have some goggles, or you can bring goggles. We suggest you bring some kind of gloves, like what do you call it? Nitrile gloves. I think you can use them more than once. So bring those. I don't know if they have enough here for everybody. I don't think so. In an emergency, you might have a couple, but I think the laboratory is sort of dependent upon you bring your own gloves. Okay. Now I'm going to put in Blackboard maybe today about the upper division writing requirement. Is a course called 459, I think. I think you can take that along with this, or you can take that and you can use this laboratory course as a writing requirement. Every senior has to demonstrate proficiency in English language before you graduate, I guess. And they get to submit one paper. They'll try a bit of writing on it, and then the English department or someone checks it, makes sure your grammar, your composition is okay. They won't. These guys aren't going to check if your grammar and composition, but I can assure you, if your grammar and composition is better, you'll probably get a better grade because it'll be easier for you to read as something that's disorganized, poorly written. But we don't check for here. You get really graded for the science, but for the writing requirement, you have to do a good English. So what you can do is you can take an experiment that's been corrected and that has grades that they put on, and that you know it's yours. You can bring that experiment along with a form. The teaching assistant, they can sign the experiment, put the date, and sign the form. If they're not around, I can do it. And then you submit it. I don't know. They tell you what to submit it. 459. Everybody.
I think you have to bring it to the office over here.
Okay. So there's biology office, or yeah, I think they're. I don't know about. Is there any pharmacology people here? What do you do in pharmacology?
We're bringing it to the course.
In pharmacology?
Yeah.
You have the same requirement? 459?
Well, it's
It's a different one?
yeah, there is a write-up, but
Yeah.
there's also some sort of research component to it. I'm not entirely sure if this.
So find out for your department.
Oh, yeah.
Find out what you gotta do. Anyone else? Any other departments? You in engineering, English literature, art? Okay. Now, there's no extra homework. Actually, everything that has to be done is in this book. You almost could do it all yourself by just reading the book. But they'll help you though, because they'll read it also, and they'll help you have a question, you can't understand something. But actually, you could do everything in this book. But you're going to need the chemicals, the supplies, and they'll help you with that. The equipment, they'll help you with that. So there's no extra homework. There's no extra credit. There's no rewrites. Nothing like that. There's only what's in the book. There are questions, like in the book on page 25. You'll see there's questions. At the end of each module, there's questions. I go over those. I meet with the teaching assistants every week, and we go over these questions, and we go over the experiment, and every week one of the teaching assistants will do the experiment, and when I meet with them, they'll report on how it worked, make sure the chemicals or the reagents or the equipment is working, so every week we do that. Like Megan's going to do the mitochondrial DNA week 3. I think that might all be, make it all easily, because I think that might all be not wet laboratory, but a lot of reading to do. And Alexander's going to do cell constituents week 3, so you'll do the 3rd week of this module. Someone else is doing week 1 and week 2 of preparing them. So these questions on page 25, you can study those, and they may be the basis of your quizzes. And probably some of it will help with understanding the experiment. So each module, the last module is all questions, and those actually you answer for the last module, but that's not homework. You might do some of it in class, and some of it's not really homework, it's the write-up for the lab as applies to homework. Okay. Yeah. Well, I talked about so many things, I don't know if I went through everything. Any questions before we split up and get signed alphabetically and take attendance? Any questions?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much is this lab related to the lecture?
Well, this enzyme kinetics is very, very related.
Right.
You do genetics, you do genotyping, I guess that's 362.
But yeah, but this lab is not.
It doesn't go along with it exactly.
Yeah.
But I remember some years kinetics was going on at the same time. How many people took 360? How many people took 310 already?
Oh, it's sub-bio?
Finished? Yeah. How many? That's one of the co-requisites. How many people took 361 already? And how many are taking 361? Yeah. So the ones who are taking it, some of it goes along.
Right.
But some
But
of
it's
it-
not like a regular.
No, it's not coordinated. It's not coordinated. But you can look at your textbook for references sometimes if you want.
Okay.
Look up stuff. But most of the stuff is in the book, as I said. You really don't have to go outside too much. Any other questions? Surprises? I always say, your expression is a pink elephant in the room.
Oh yeah.
You know what that means? It's like something that we should ask.
Right.
What do you want to know?
Oh yeah, what is the elephant in the room?
Okay, you read about grades?
Grades, yes.
Okay, so what happens is Megan and Alexandra will make up your scores for your lab reports, your lab performance, and for your quizzes. And I'll end up at the end of the semester, give me your scores out of 1,000 points. And now, because probably Megan's a real hard grader, Alexandra may be a real easy grader, I don't know. But sometimes I can't get all the TAs to grade the same way. Of course they can, because they come at it with a different perspective. I always ask the teaching assistants to spread the grades out between 60 up to 100% for each thing, but it doesn't always work that way. So some TAs tend to give more 80s and 90s, they give more 60s and 70s. So that's not fair for everybody. So what I do is all the sections, I give the same number of A's, B's, and C's at the end. So I end up making up the grades. So I make sure that all the sections sort of take into account different grade techniques. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Anyone else think of anything? Ask me. It's a good time. Okay. It's clear. It's as clear as mud.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll let you guys go ahead, and I'm going to see you guys a week. Today's not this Monday, but a week from Monday. I'll send you an email and let you know what's going on. All right. Thanks very much. Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Whoever's in section 8 can come with me.
What?
Do you think I can do something?
Yeah. You mean get good for lunch? Yeah. I think so. You mean when we have a meeting or now? Anytime.
Later.
I don't think they'll stay here. Just say your teacher. Especially, I think it's complete. It might be busy sometimes. I think from 12 to 1, it's definitely open for lunch all the time. Other times, if there's a meeting, I get it. Otherwise, you just go. No problem. Was that point in the right direction?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Oh, cool. Thank you. Hopefully it worked, huh?